Hello everybody. I'm going to show you how to make simple skins instead of depending on what's in the bottom of your tray after a painting. I use two things to make skin: freezer paper and wax paper. I store my skins in these notebook sleeves. This is wax paper. Now, what you see on this side, you can't do anything about. But it holds up really well. Excuse me. And it's really simple to get two skins in at one time. See? And it's easy access because the shine that you get from these sleeves is what it's going to look like when it's varnished. That's the best part. So you get a real preview of what your jewelry is going to look like once you put a sealer on it, or this UV resin that you can get on Wish. You just stick it outside in the sun, or if you happen to have a UV light inside, and it sets up rock hard, just like regular. I like using freezer paper because I like wax paper too, but see, with wax paper, you've got to cut it that way. Freezer paper, you can peel it off. And what doesn't come off is too thin for jewelry anyway. See, there's a lot behind. But you can use the backside. And I don't see too many people using backside. I wouldn't use the backside because look at all of this cell action. There's purple in there. There's blue shift, aqua, dark blue. And it just turned out so nice. But you've got to remember that whether you use wax paper, freezer paper, you've got to clean your skin. If you're using silicone or dimethcone, and a lot of us use it so that we can get all these special cells. So, there's many different ways that you can make a skin. They say that you can't straighten out freezer paper, but if you put it like under a mattress or under a big phone book, I don't even know if they make big phone books anymore, but it will straighten out. See, this is freezer paper. This didn't have time to straighten out, but that'd be fine. That's okay. Glitter. You can use that. You can use, well, this is a, I think it's a stress ball. It's got little silicone beads in it. I think it's pretty cool. I got it for $1.99 at Walgreens. And okay, I'm using a lot of my paints that are about ready to run out. There's hardly any of them. There's some paints that are leftover paints, like this one. And I use self-sealing paper. What do they call it? Hold on a second. It's called Press and Seal. And then I've got these little ones. And these are nothing but baby food jars, and that tells me there's gold there. And that's a beige. This is a tan. So I need some darker colors. I'm going to use this metallic aqua type color. You can see it through there. I'm not going to use the pink right at the moment. I've got brown here in that little cup. And that looks like a espresso metallic. Okay, we need some, we've only got, we've got gold. I think tan would be fine. That color's so icky. It needs to go in the brown. And then we're going to try this. I'm going to get a small cup out. I've already shook. I've got Dimethcone. See, that's a tan, a light tan. And then I'm going to put some of this espresso metallic. With leftover paints, they tend to thicken up and some don't. This is kind of close to tan with a little yellow in it. Let's see how this, oh, that's pretty. I think you can see the colors. I'm going to put some gold. This is a mixture of golds. Now I'm going to stir it up. 1, 2, and that's it. Boy, that's a crooked stick. Okay. Now, here's a way that's real simple. Just flip it. And then you can drag it. The thicker your paint, the better for jewelry. Because with the dimethcone drying and the water evaporating, you need it thicker just to get it off the paper. Now that looks kind of pretty. But see, you can move it around. Just make sure that your paint, when you finish, is thick. Don't run it off. Let's see what a torch does. I like the way it's all kind of gone metallic. I'm going to take a little bit. And you got to be careful with these kind of containers. Hold it from high and let it down. Just get a pinch. Because you don't need a whole lot. You're not wanting to cover up your painting with glitter. If you use too much glitter, you can wait till it dries and then pour excess off onto a paper. Okay, that's one. Here's another technique. Pour your colors in. It doesn't matter how you, I'm moving to the pink side. And yes, I know my friend Duggar does not like pink. But he's an awesome artist. I'm using the same cup because this is just a demonstration. Okay, where's that crooked stick? Some blue may come through, I don't know, from the first one. A straight flip cup. Give it time to move down. Last night I tried using 2 pieces of paper and putting paint on one side and then putting a piece of wax paper the same size on top and pulled it off, and it was way too thin. I got a small spot about as big as that lid that I could use for jewelry. So I wouldn't suggest doing the smashes or dips unless you've got a lot of paint, because it did not work well for me last night. Okay. Yes, there's a little bit of turquoise in there. I'm going to heat it with the torch. The torch did not help bring up any cells. Okay, let's see if it brings up cells now. I'm going to use the smaller one. We're getting a little bit. I really like how the brown espresso went around the tan. But he's a little bit too big to make. That cell is a little too big to make jewelry out of. You can squish them together. See, the wax paper and this, you can put them on a canvas board and move them around and have control, but I like the control that I'm getting now, just using the papers. Okay, that's number 2. That's just your basic flip cup. Do bright colors that match. These happen to be pastel, and this is only for demonstration. Okay. Here we go again, using the same cup, because this is just a demonstration. I'm going to pour ribbons. We may get purple, but I'm hoping not, with that blue and the pink. I'm going to add a little black to this. And here's the espresso. I know I'm off camera. Sorry about that. I kind of get involved in what I'm doing. A little more turquoise. Some of this yellowish beige. I'm going to try a little green. We may end up with brown, but maybe the colors would stay separated. Okay, stir it. I stir it in an S for my maiden name, Seagren. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to do a ribbon. Okay. Now being a ribbon, you have to move it. This is where we might get mud. There's some pretty cells down in here, but I think I'm going to lose them because colors, when there's no background, you tend to have the color fall underneath. Now let's hit it with the torch. I'm thinking so much metallics, you know, it's not wanting to sell out what ended up on the canvas. I mean, on the paper is what we've got, but you can see the green coming through. That one actually looks like a little planet. Yeah. But the movement looks awesome in jewelry. So don't be afraid to move it, because it will give you character, like that little circle there. Now there's cells here, but they're hard to see. There's really good cell action here. And you wouldn't believe the colors that match each other. Okay, I'm going to try a swipe this time. I'm going to use my beige to swipe with. So, using the same cup, bright green. I'm about ready to have to go to Walmart and get more of that. Let's try some dark purple. This is a lighter blue. And what other colors have I got going here? Let's go with a burnt umber. Put a little black for contrast. And I'm doing my S. Now this, I haven't seen this kind of a swipe done before, but I'm giving it a try. I'm going down as a ribbon. And these colors are pretty separate. There was not a whole lot of mixing going on, and you can see this is selling up nicely. You almost don't want to touch it, because right in here, that black looks really nice. That itself would make a nice pendant. Okay. I'd rather keep that. Oh well, this is demonstration. See the cells that came up? Patterns, everything. Oh, so nice. I don't want to do it. Now this is going to be my swipe color. Get my spatula. I really don't want to swipe it. Oh, there's so much going on here. Oh, look at that. 4-cell. There's actually coming through on that black. Okay, well, for demonstration purposes, very lightly. My chair's in the way. Cells are pretty big. I'm going to use the little torch. This particular torch, I can't. The flame isn't very long. I'm not getting a whole lot of little cells. But there's cells within cells within cells. Look at this. See that? But I might be able to do something with it. I just think the cells are too big. Oh, this one I did not hit with the torch. Maybe I did. I can't remember. See, you don't have to do a swipe on a canvas. You can do it on the paper. But you're not using a whole lot of paint. And that's what the idea is. Not using a lot of paint. Okay, I'm running out of space. Look at that cup. Holy cow, it looks like Easter. Okay, I've got to move some stuff because I'm going to do a balloon smash. Like I said earlier, when this dries, before you try to peel it off, or put it, in the case of wax paper, into a cabochon, clean the silicone and dimethcone. If you don't want to use either one of those, there's certain mixtures that I've seen online that come up with cells on their own. Okay, this is going to be a balloon smash. That's what we're going to call it. See, being my leftovers, some are thick, some are thin. Like this one's pretty thin. And that's been in that container for almost forever. Now this yellow is thin also. Now let's get some gold. Where is it? The three brands I use is Apple Barrel, Darcie Paint, and DecoArt. Now that ought to be interesting right up against the gold. Here is Pink Shape Shifting from DecoArt. Now this may be a little funky. I'm not paying any attention to my color wheel. That's too much like the color I just had. I'm going to put a smidgen of red in this. This is a brick red. So it's leaning towards the brown side. Now, this is just a ring pour. Okay. Doesn't look like there's going to be enough paint. Oh, yes there is. It's just that one area didn't. This isn't easy to get enough paint on here. Like, I don't believe this or that is going to be thick enough. Now cells are coming up because I'm using this thing, my pretend balloon. But when you see that something is not thick enough, you can go in here and pull to the side to get color. Okay, let's see what happens with the torch. Okay, here's my baby torch. Now you've pushed silicone down every time you do that. So you're wanting to bring it back up. I'm having to go real close because I got a small flame. There's some areas that would be nice for jewelry, such as right there and right here. That might even, because it's got shape-shifting color in it. Now here could be a nice piece. You've got colors coming up there. Remember, there's gold in here. So this red and gold, I think, is going to be awesome when it dries. But everywhere you see it's come through, you're not going to be able to pull it out. What we're going to get is right around in here. Okay, there's one more I want to try, and that's blowing with a straw. And I'm going to use this piece of paper. I'm kind of running out of space, but isn't that nice how that turned out? Wow, I'm really impressed. But look at it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm working on number 6. And I forgot what I was going to do. I don't want to do a smash of two papers with each other because the paint just does not give you enough thickness. I was going to do something. Oh well, I guess I'll save it for another time. My brain just stopped working. Anyway, I hope these give you some kind of ideas. Any technique that you can do with a canvas, you can do. Oh, I was going to blow. That's what it was. Okay, where's my cup? You get your little straw. The hospital has the smallest straws. Speedway came in second. There's beige, gold. I'm going to add the blue to this, the metallic blue. I think this time I'm going to add some white. I'm working, I think I need another arm. Let's put this metallic, since I put gold in. Let's go with the espresso. I think I'm going to put, since there's blue, I want silver. I'm not sure if the silver has silicone or dimethcone in it. Now I'm going to put a little bit of black. And I'm going to make this a flip cup. There's plenty of cell work going on. I'm going to slightly move it around to spread the paint out. Now, let's hit it. Oh, the cells are coming up beautifully. I'm making colors here that I would like in a painting. Oh, there's some teeny tiny cells developing. Okay, I'm going to move it around. And I'm going to take a Speedway straw, coffee stirrer. Look how right in there, there's two cells. One is the espresso and the other is a blue. There we go. That was a blowing technique. You can do it. There's nothing that says that you can't use every technique that people have done. and make yourself skins. And I happen to keep mine in a child's notebook with the sheet protectors. You know, out of all of these, I think this one here is my favorite. If I can get it up without messing with it. I think that's my favorite. Now, well, I just messed with it. It's kind of like it was. I still like it. There's separate areas in here. You just never know what it's going to look like underneath on a cabochon. But this still is my favorite out of all of these. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial, and please like, share, subscribe. This one's nice too. This one's kind of kitty, bubblegum candy. These are pastels, so you don't see a whole lot going on there. But there's two spots here with the gold that look like they're going to happen with the balloon smash. There's a nice spot for jewelry there. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. And please share if you would like to donate so that I can buy more supplies. I'm a senior, and I haven't got a whole lot of money at the end of the month. So if you do, there's a PayPal link at the bottom of this video. And thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And I hope this helped. You can do this with very little paint. And everyone, you have an awesome day, morning, night, whatever it is for you. And God bless everyone. Our world is troubled nowadays with things happening on a daily basis that aren't good. But remember, you're special. And your families are special. So you all have a good one. Bye-bye.